Trash to Cash podcast, episode 125.
Is
How's
that the
it
correct
going?
number? Is that?
That
Are you
is the
sure of
correct
that?
number. I'm pretty sure. I went and
Nice.
checked it on the old OnlyFans, so that's
There we
where we're
go.
at.
Congratulations.
How's it going? I'm Dave, the ADH guy. With me, as always, is Carrie, the American Arbitrage. How is the finger not working? Like I'm looking at him, and
Yeah.
it's still pointing the wrong direction.
Wait, you're
And
over
then
there.
Kevin is this way to me, but it's all
It's
mirrored.
this way, but I'm actually
There's-
pointing away from you.
Yeah, there's Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker.
Kevin is in the cabin, guys. He's in the bunker.
Hi, Kevin.
I hope the internet holds up down here. It's been a little spotty. I might have to go upstairs and give y'all a break and let you talk for a while.
He's wearing his cool boy shirt today. Look at that, Guns N' Roses. He's got a hand grenade. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
You know, okay, so here's the thing. Kevin actually relegated us to a smaller portion of the screen. He said he wants half the image, and that we can share the other.
He wants to continue to get 95% of the profit.
Wants you to get
half the image.
More space here to put the advertising.
That's true.
That
Yeah,
is
we
true.
can put some
Put up
advertisements
there.
on top. Hey, I've heard some podcasts put like little live tickers across the bottom.
Yeah.
That, like, promote the channel.
Yeah, Adam and
stuff.
Eve's got a big discount right now. We
Yeah.
could probably put right over.
I was
you.
watching one the other day outside of the niche, and it was a guy was running it down there with Cash App, and every time somebody sent him a Cash App, he'd mention it during the live.
What are you? Are you on
man.
Are you watching? What are you watching? Cryptocurrency podcast.
Yeah, he's watching crypto podcast. No, Be Friends.
Be friends. Be
podcast.
friends.
Yeah.
The future.
So, okay, you know, me and Carrie, we're here. We
We're
have
here
to do our
together
best not to
live.
look at each other
I
in
know.
person. Like, we have to look at each other.
That's
on the
how we
screen.
spend
It's a
most
little
of the day, just
confusing,
looking
but-
at each other.
Yeah, we do. Oh, look at he's got a Baja Blast. We went with the standard Diet Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Mostly
I was
because
wondering how
they,
you were doing on that time.
Yeah, it's got yellow
Didn't-
5, so I don't think
Yeah.
that's good for us.
they didn't have Baja Blast Zero at the Wally
It's
World.
got Ace Soul Flame, which seems dangerous.
No, it's
if I'm
really
gonna be
good
honest.
for you, actually.
We'll see how it goes.
So, Kevin, you know, we miss you, but we're going to see you in a
miss you,
few
man.
days. Are you excited?
No, you don't. Y'all are having fun down there. I had the
Can I
most
tell you?
pathetic day at yard sales
Why?
today. Because
Did you go
there
to
are
estate
none.
sales? Or
There
yard
are
sales?
none. Paul called me today, and he was talking to somebody. He was at a yard sale, and they're like, "Oh, you know Commonwealth Picker?" They didn't know him, of course.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he felt like he needed to call me and show me the Tupperware they had that they were trying to sell at their yard sale. Like, look what you did to these people. They've been buying this
Oh, they were
Tupperware.
flippers, and they bought it because of you.
Yeah, and that
You're
was the
leading
highlight
people
of my
astray,
morning.
dude.
Wow.
Two terrible yard sales. Actually, one
Well,
was
we
good. I
sent
was
you-
just 1 minute late. What?
We sent you a little picture of some Tupperware, like a whole tote full that
For
we
free?
found.
It wasn't
You weren't even
Tupperware.
interested.
Just
It was
because
free.
it's
Well, it's plastic.
plastic
Just the lids.
doesn't mean it's Tupperware.
That's close enough.
Tupperware does not really generally fit into my $15 listing limit. That's what I've learned
No,
every time I
it
bought
does
it.
not.
Yeah,
There are
not.
some that do. If you get a canister set, it does.
Yeah.
There's some
So,
that do,
yeah,
but
a
not
canister
most of them.
set. That means multiple pieces. Yes. If
Yes,
I have
yes,
multiple
yeah.
pieces. Yes, I can probably get $15.
Salt and pepper
Exactly.
shakers, if they're gold or silver, and the inlay is good, those will
What do you
go,
think
but
about
there's
salt
not
and
much.
pepper shakers, Kev? Because we did find like a whole table full of them today at the
table
flea
full.
market, and they were all.
I walked
Japan.
by because I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
But Dawn and Dave were there for like 25, 30
There was
minutes.
a lot of cool ones.
Well,
I did a
you're the
whole row
crazy,
there in that time.
You're the crazy lamp guy now on whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The crazy
Might as
lamp
well.
guy. Am I
I
selling
was-
lamps now?
No,
was-
you're selling glass, you big dummy.
You know what? People love glass. That's what I'm learning. Is that Cat? No, her name's not Cat. It's
Cat, nurse
Jocelyn.
flipper?
Has
Jocelyn?
created a whole entire like market for these.
I feel like only she can get the prices that she gets, though.
But
You
you
know
Well,
what I'm
Dave,
saying?
I saw Dave getting them on.
get
I
good
got
money
them on
too,
glass
yeah.
the other day.
I
I
get good
sold
money
two
too.
little candle things, like a tulip and whatever, for like
I was-
$27. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
I was physically
going on?
assaulted today at the flea
Oh,
market.
yeah?
By
Oh,
the
it's
way,
so
I was
good.
physically
Maybe
assaulted.
we should put the footage in here, but it's really supposed to be for Brian's motivational speech. At
It
the
is.
end.
It is.
Yeah,
so
wait,
you have
wait
to.
till
You
the
have to.
end.
You have to wait. It's a secret. I forgot, but you'll see.
But yeah, let's just put it this way. I am stronger than I thought, and
Yes.
Carrie rolls
And
pretty good when
Carrie
he falls.
knows how to. He knows how to roll into stuff.
He knows how to
Oh, I'd
roll
like
into
to
a
see
fall.
this.
Oh, it's pretty.
Dude,
good.
I have the GoPro, and we had
I
somebody
need your
filming
GoPro
from.
footage. Yeah,
I can
that'll
send
be
that to
good.
you.
Yeah,
I can send
like
it to you.
just really the.
You
it's
got
pretty
first
funny.
perfect.
I wonder if I was recording too, like recording next to you when I was throwing you.
You
on
probably
the,
were,
It's
because
gonna
you
be
record the whole
interesting.
time.
It was violent. So I mean, Kev, we kind of got screwed, which will make you happy on the whole flea
Yeah.
market thing,
Yeah.
because there was this threat of rain, and so last last first of the month, it had 400 vendors at this market. This time it was like less than 200 because they were all scared of rain, and it didn't rain at all.
Which is still good though. Like it was better than anything around my neck of the woods.
I counted 8 at my flea market today. 8 vendors.
8 vendors.
Yeah. 8. It was sad. I just started talking to Honest Tim. I'm like, I got nothing. He didn't even have nothing to sell me. It was pretty.
Kerry was excited because he found what he most desires at a flea market:
baseball
a
cards.
methed out card guy.
Yes. You're like, this dude needs money and he's got cards.
Yes, he's desperate for money and has really good cards.
He was a very nice guy, and I got a good deal.
You can be nice and do meth.
Yeah,
okay?
yes, it is true.
I mean,
they're not mutually exclusive. I'm sorry to people, and I'm assuming there's a lot that do meth that watch our show, so I'm sorry. I want to sincerely apologize to the meth community that watch our show.
Yeah. So, we had a good time, though. We found some cool stuff. I mean, honestly, though, we were there for many hours.
Did I eat an empanada?
Yes, you did.
Did I eat a pizza?
Yes, you did.
Did I eat part of a hot dog?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. I'm on OMAD with Dave, so I'm living the dream
Kevin,
of just eating crazy for like a half hour and then not touching food.
House guest completely. I don't let him
feed
eat more than one meal a day. It's not an option. Like, you're eating once a day. Get over it, right? So like Tina's like, Dawn, do you want some pizza from Pizza? I'm like, no, she's not having pizza. She's not having that.
I'm just easily influenced is what I've learned as I've gotten older.
Are you hearing my dog clawing at the door, by the way? Because
I just figured it was your microphone, or maybe you were playing with yourself or something.
It's so exhausting. Your audio is so exhausting that I don't care anymore.
I've got the X marked on this thing. It's the same one.
Moderately okay. Yeah.
I typed it over here so you don't hear the. No, I saw you pin the comment.
Yeah, I did.
The comment is, we always hear Kevin's microphone, I think is what it says. Always, all caps.
Always notice, I think it was, yeah.
And then Jesus Hernandez, right on that, he gets 16 thumbs up. Greatest cast of friendship the world has ever seen. He does not know as well.
Kevin's so grumpy at me, like, trolling Kevin is probably it's up there with my favorite things to do. Like,
Dave was just doing it earlier and having great joy.
Yeah. Eating a McRib when it finally comes back is up there. Trolling Kevin, these are all things. And trolling Kevin about Dibdit has to be my favorite.
Yes, exactly.
I can trigger him so bad on Dibdit. It's really
You're doing it right now. I'm buying you out. I'm getting 2 partners.
I told Kerry, I said he's not going to buy you out because he wants you to bring in card people.
Yeah, he still believes I'm going to bring in the breaker, which I will.
That's working.
We've got 2 breakers, don't we?
If you just,
I'm going live mid-March. I'm selling. I'm going to do like.
Well, how are we going to boost Dibdit by you going live in one time in mid-March? How is that going to make a difference?
We aren't going to boost Dibdit. I'm going to boost
live
Dibdit
daily.
Right
Me and Kerry were live today on
Dibdit.
We were on Dibdit earlier today.
You weren't. I'm
First
going
off,
live.
if you buy us out of Dibdit, we're starting Tiquity immediately, and we're taking it serious.
Tiquity.
We're going at you, man.
I've got to jump. Yeah, sure. I've got to jump right to this Patreon comment because I know it will trigger you a little bit, and I'm kind of on a roll with that today.
Oh my
Trash Cat Rescue said, "Why do resellers who also do YouTube never interview non-YouTube resellers?"
Because who cares,
hey,
right? I mean, is that mean?
Listen, this is the response I was waiting for. Go on.
I've done it multiple times.
I know you have. That's why I figured it would annoy you.
Well, not often, but
so give us some examples of like not real YouTubers.
Well, some of them are borderline, right? Like Chernock doesn't really do YouTube, but he's on
a live show,
Reseller Information Network.
Daily Cabbage.
Matter of fact,
she does a live.
She doesn't do YouTube. She did a show with me. I guess you could say Rod does YouTube, so I can't say Rod. I'm kidding. There's
Kerry rarely does YouTube, and you had him on your channel.
MD Picker, she was kind of doing it, and she hasn't done it forever. She was in here.
You've been talking about getting the local person in there, right? The one who you wanted to do a video where she talked about some weird niche. I can't remember what it was. It was someone who lives near
Barbie.
You. Yes, Barbie. Yeah,
yes,
and
Barbie.
She's not a YouTuber, and you wanted to bring her.
She didn't want to give away the secrets, And I did the very first interview I did.
There's a Barbie movie coming out, by the way.
Does jewelry and is a pro at jewelry, and he doesn't have a YouTube channel. There's one more.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
While he thinks, the reason I don't do it is because I don't do an interview show at all.
Yeah.
I don't do interviews. So why would I just randomly interview random people? I don't
really
even interview people on here. Like, even when
My
we have a
Reseller
guest,
genie.
even when I have a guest, I don't really interview them.
There's plenty of places. Did you know,
like
the eBay Power Hour, which is no longer the eBay Power Hour for some reason.
Now?
It's called like eBay Pickers Time Happy Space Podcast. I don't know. It's like a totally different name that I can't remember. And Bearded Picker joined, and then I'm pretty sure the other guy,
the DC guy.
No, not DC
Machine.
Picker.
Bearded Picker, Monopoly.
Bearded Picker. He's been around forever.
Oh, Monopoly Boy. Yes.
Monopoly Man. Monopoly Man, sir.
Profit Playbook Podcast.
Yeah, Profit Playbook Podcast just rolls right off the tongue.
And so that's John Flippin' Ain't Easy and Bearded Picker. Is that who that is? Interesting. And he has his own show in the mornings he's been doing for years, too. That's interesting. And speaking of shows, Mo is back with Alicia, and I don't remember the name of their podcast because
Flippin' Fantastic. It's the best one on the internet.
Best one, Flippin' Fantastic.
Check it out.
Combined, we can give a good pitch, right there.
Then there's Pocket Change, and that's I think that's all three that are
other
than
us.
Changes.
There's two.
There is two. There's the original OG Better Pocket Change podcast,
TJ Benz.
and then whatever Dan and Demand and Jimmy are dragging out.
Well, is that all? That's all the reselling podcasts.
No.
Rake and Profit.
Rake and Profit.
No. Nirvana.
There's a new one on the horizon with J Ride. New one, right?
Islander.
The Reseller Island Boys podcast.
Should we just say it right here on this podcast? And just say what we've said forever, which is doing a podcast is not productive. It's not a good use of your time.
It's a terrible use of your time.
The reason they constantly change and fall apart is because everyone realizes they're not making any money.
You got to take time to not make money. And if I wanted to do that, I'd just focus on eBay. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, this one makes, I would think, the most of any podcast. Yeah. And we gotta divide it three ways.
Not compared to Tekken's and.
And you're barely making enough to buy one designer dog a month to replace Walt.
This is 13, and Sophie's here. I've got to get rid of these dogs. I'll be back.
He just said this is 13.
16. We're on 16.
We're on 16. Oh my gosh, he's killed 3 since last week. This is getting upsetting to me.
He is on a tear. He's spiraling out of control right now.
Well, Carrie, hey, welcome to my house, man.
Thank you for having us once again. Me and Don are very appreciative of your hospitality.
Yeah, I think like every time I'm with you, I become more familiar with like your eccentricities.
Dude, it's getting and Dawn loves to share them.
Like she does. It's every single one of Carrie's like very personal problems. Dawn's
Dawn loves.
Did you know that this stresses Carrie out? And then I'm like, oh, I accidentally just did the thing that stresses Carrie out. I probably shouldn't do that. But see, I think it's good. She's teaching me how to handle you. She's really your handler more than anything else. So what's funny is when we look at each other, we're looking away from each other. So really we should look at this way to see each other, right? Now are we looking at each other, guys? No, kiss the air. Kiss. Mwah, mwah, mwah. This is the worst show ever.
What is going on?
Kevin, watch this. Watch.
Making out. Oh my God.
Dude, we used to play with that, like, not the kissing thing, but like we had like the camera. Remember the 90s camera that would have like the mirror vision and you'd like kiss yourself with it? That was kind of like what we just. Hi, Kevin. How you doing?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I was just telling the audience that like every day that Carrie's here, Dawn tells me more of his most deep, dark secrets of what stresses him out.
You just gotta give her a little bit of alcohol.
Yeah, she's like telling me everything.
Dawn, I think Dawn needs somebody to talk to about him.
She's just like she herself can't handle it anymore. So she's like, please help me with this. And I'm like, I don't know how to.
That's not normal. I know that much.
Fear of bidets is not natural, Carrie.
I don't like water going into my butthole. What can I say? It makes me feel awkward.
I've had more viewers lately say that they can't take this podcast. This is growing, and this is, water into the, what do you call it? A noose? Is that what you call it?
A noose, yes.
Water into a noose. That old saying everybody's been saying since olden days.
But this is actually the real difference between our podcast and other podcasts is we just enjoy talking to each other, and even if they all stop viewing, we still
Here's my podcast advice, my little podcast advice. You're not doing a good podcast if people don't dislike you, honestly, because you're actually doing something. You're talking about something that you care about, and there's going to be people who don't like you.
Don't
TikTok,
look at me. Look over there.
Yeah, well, TikTok is constantly letting me know how terrible I am.
Well, stop looking at me. He keeps looking at me, guys. You see that?
I'm sorry. You're right there. It's weird.
I know, it's weird. It's weird, but we're trying to like not look at each other because it's confusing to the viewer. No, I mean, listen, I think that there has to be like some real camaraderie, right? Like, I think someone who'd be great on a podcast. Don't know if he's ever been on one, but a really talented podcast would be someone like Biscuit Butt.
Mr. Beast.
Biscuit Butt would be good on a podcast.
Yeah, he would. I would love Biscuit Butt on a podcast. I think he needs to be on one.
Hey, we got a question from paulsmerch.com. No, he wasn't. He never was on one.
No,
he needs to be on one. He's never been on one.
That's not what I'm talking about. He was on Paul and
paulsmerch.com.
Paul's Merch. Whose merch?
Paul's Merch.
Right, paulsmerch.com.
You keep talking.
He might have been on Nashville Flippers at some point. He was on the Reseller draft with
I've
Paul.
been on
That's
Nashville.
what I'm talking about.
Here's a little secret. I've been on Nashville Flippers twice as both myself and my alter ego, American Arb Cards. I've been 2 different people.
Did you actually?
I did both.
Carrie Gaines.
Carrie Gaines. Carrie has been getting gains here.
Yeah, Carrie Gaines. He's been
gaining weight loss.
That's my gym.
I almost went back on it today, and I'm like, you know what? We're going to Peaches to Beaches. I'm just gonna wait a week.
Listen, we're gonna join you once a day for a delicious meal at Peaches to Beaches. So you're
gonna save money. Looking like rain.
Money, Kev.
The only day it's going to rain down there in the next 15 days is the Saturday of Peaches to Beaches. So far, that's the extended forecast. So we might. We can
do your favorite thing and go to Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Stay out of the rain.
Yeah. What's up with that, dude? What the heck? I'm getting pictures.
What are you talking about?
Swingers?
What are you talking about?
We're cutting this out.
Well,
okay, so anyways,
cut that out
paulsmerch.com
Paul's Merch
sent us a message. He said, question for the listeners. If you can hang out with any of the Trash to Cash guys for 1 week, who would it be and why? I picked Kerry because he's the most likely to go get some ice cold 40s with me and let me sleep in until 11. He's definitely not the most likely.
Ice cold 40s.
Yeah,
I still feel guilty buying alcohol. Yeah, I don't drink it, but I bought it a few times, and I feel like I'm gonna go to jail every time.
And listen, literally no one should have said Dave, because I'm sorry guys, I own my weakness.
I agree.
I am like an airhead. I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna walk away.
I disagree. If Dave is like really, really your friend, Dave's always like, he's like, let's go to the card shop. He's actually taking me to card shops and stuff. Mm-hmm. Dave's a good friend.
But this
believe it or
wasn't
not.
with the premise of them being my close friend.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta get in. You gotta finagle your way inside.
Yeah. So let's become real friends.
Finagle your way inside.
Yeah, speaking of that, Harry Tornado sent a message and said he'd hang with
That's a merch
Kevin.
eternity. Somebody put that on merch.
Harry Tornado picked Kevin because he's the only one who golfs.
That's true.
Very good.
Josh, he could beat you.
Josh just assumes I don't want to golf. I like golf, and I'm fairly athletic, obviously.
We saw, oh my gosh, what's his name, John or Mike?
We saw the stacked golf, yeah.
What's his name? His first name, do you remember?
Steve?
I don't remember.
It's John or Mike, I think. But anyways,
Phineas?
it's a very
I don't think it's
common name like that. It's neither of those. So it's some other common name. But anyways, we saw him at the Browns today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just looking for clubs, but there was like no clubs there today.
Yeah.
And he's like, the clubs go first. I'm like, dude, I don't think there was any.
The ones I showed you weren't good?
No, they were all
I haven't
terrible.
seen much. I bought one club down there the first time I was down there, and that was all.
Now,
that's all I did.
Are you referring to clubbing a baby seal or like golf clubs? I know you like both things.
Yeah. Golf clubs. Clubs. Dave, how much could you get for this on Whatnot?
Kevin is holding up.
How much could Crazy
Is that a
Lamp
marble?
What
is that a marble?
Is that one of the
Is that a piece of a Mancala set?
Yeah, is that an infinity stone?
It's
what
a
is that?
Mancala set piece.
It's a stone that was right here. I have no idea where it is.
That actually, Kevin peed that out earlier.
Hey,
Kevin,
speaking of bearded picker, wait a minute, I gotta tell you something. No.
Do you have low T?
I saw bearded picker do. Dave, you should do a video like this. This would be perfect for you. Years ago, I saw him do a video of like cleaning out his drawer in his work area and selling off the stuff in his drawer.
Yeah, I remember.
I think you could do that. No, you don't, dude.
No, I thought that was Julian doing that.
Did Julian do that?
I thought Julian did that.
It's true. I have stuff sitting right here that is worth money, and I've had it sitting here for years because it's tiny and I don't really deal with it.
Let's see what's in my drawer. I've got a pen. I've got tax documents. No, Texas State Brazil authorization form with my credit card number on it.
There we go. There's a credit card number if you got it.
I've got the Ninja Turtles Burger King Club.
Nice.
Kind of cool. Yeah.
I love the Burger
King
Club. I was a member of the kids club.
Everyone join in. What do you have? An empty box of headphones.
Yeah, everybody in the comments down
there. What's in your drawer? Let us know what's next to you.
Be honest.
For over a year.
Contact lenses.
I got 3 double magnums in mine at home.
Yeah. Oh, and a little eyeglasses screwdriver set. I mean, I really don't have much near me. It's just all over the ground around me.
Bigger magnums.
I do have this Kevin plush. Kevin, I got this Kevin plush.
That's actually worth money, Kevin. You could sell that now. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at them. That's like that guy on TikTok that Tina likes.
Yeah, Tina likes that guy with the big booty.
Hey, is that a fox?
TikTok.
I was driving down the driveway today, and I saw that fox again. The fox that got my chickens.
Oh, really? You take him out? Yeah. Vengeance?
No, I can't kill a fox, man. It's a fox.
You can kill a puppy, but you can't.
Yeah, it's because he's not proficient enough. He doesn't think he can do it.
Possums, on the other hand.
Side Hustle Preacher actually alerted me to something I didn't realize. He said Flip is now going to be charging $9 a month.
Wow.
What are our thoughts on this?
That's how you make an app successful. Flip. You have nobody use it, and then you start charging.
Exactly.
Is anybody using Flip still?
I do. Yeah. I do for Vendu, or for
Vendu. So now you heard the truth. Use his Vendu link so he can use Flip.
The Poshmark share. And if you're gonna do,
so I don't know what they're gonna charge though. Do you know, Kev? Are they gonna charge for the Poshmark?
I haven't seen this.
The Poshmark share, I guess, makes sense.
I guess I could Google it.
Oh, Side Hustle Picture just told you. Okay.
After your 100-day free trial, 100-day free trial. Just $9 a month for the cross-lister plus share. So literally you get nothing if you don't pay the $9.
Well, let me just say that when way back when, and this is one of the questions that I asked because I did a spot for Flip, and I asked them specifically.
Yeah, that was
whatever. You did too?
Yeah, they gave me like $3,500.
Yeah, I did too, kind of.
I had to do a whole dedicated video, but it was pretty awesome.
I did like 8 videos for Flip
from a sponsor.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the start of something new, but it's never happened since.
What do you mean never happened? What are you talking about?
Over $3,000 for one ad spot?
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
That was, that's
for people like me, at least, for little guys.
Yeah. $3,000.
Well, they offered Lonnie the same. He shot it down. Actually, no, they offered Lonnie more, I think.
Dude, I made a lot more.
No. Did he ever say that?
I made a lot more than that.
He said in his thing they offered him, was it Mercari? You're right, it was Mercari, not Flip. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they may have. I just didn't.
Then maybe Flip didn't give me. I don't know what Flip gave me. Now I don't know.
But my point, if I can ever make it, is I asked the guy specifically, I said, are you going to start charging? And he says there's no plans whatsoever, which is, a non-answer answer, right? There's no plans, but there might be plans 6 months from now.
Yeah, it's vague.
But
it's corporate speak.
I still have that video out there. Maybe I should take the video down now.
Well, listen, all this leads to $9 a month. That's expensive. Try Vendu instead. Code ADHDave.
ADOHDave.
ADOHDave. Or you can try List Perfectly. Code Commonwealth.
Or American
Arbitrage 253769.
Don't use Carrie. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know how to look his up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think it's on my phone.
We did figure out how to look up Carrie's routing number because he didn't.
No, I know my routing number. Dawn didn't know
whatever. And Carrie's card doesn't fit in the ATM. Or is that Dawn's card?
That's Dawn's card as well. See,
well, now we're just attacking Dawn.
Now we're just attacking Dawn. Poor Dawn.
Is she right behind you if you move your head?
It's too bent.
Is she still behind you, Carrie? Bend your head.
So Dawn
isn't bent.
Dawn isn't bent. It's definitely bent.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Unfortunately, I've been cleaning urine off the floor this whole time.
I really try to hit the bulb, but sometimes
this show is terrible.
There's absolutely no reselling in this.
That's okay though. I think
Flip, dude.
I think by this episode, people shouldn't be expecting any reselling talk.
Okay, so let's talk about it.
Let's do high-level advanced eBay reselling talk. How about it? Let's try it for 5 minutes. Let's really try.
You mistitled last week's episode, by the way. Last week's episode should have been quit spending money on college and just be a reseller. That should have been the title of the video.
We can do that in this one. College
that was
sucks.
The best topic in the video.
Sucks, guys.
Yeah, there you go.
I have 3 degrees, guys.
No, but didn't we...
Lots of debt, and it's not worth it.
Speaking of
did
trolling...
Did anyone comment on that? On like the student loan stuff we talked about?
Today. Yeah.
They did comment
I don't remember. I'm going to have to find it, but... Yeah, for sure.
You tried to troll us by sending something about.
I sent something about if your college education wasn't valuable enough to pay off the debt it incurred, it's certainly not valuable enough for your neighbor to pay off the debt.
There's 6 words in that I didn't understand. Can you say it slower?
No,
words I understand.
With
so what did the comments say? I'd like to just side with whatever the commenters believe.
Yeah, I want to take.
I'd like to not take a stance on this at all.
Let's take a moment and pander to the commenters, guys. Whatever you say is true and real, and we
agree with the commenters.
It'll take me a while. I read 2 of them, but it might take me a while to find it. So maybe I'll look while you guys yapping about something.
I lost us a Patreon, by the way, and he's probably listening.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I lost us a Patreon.
I didn't know if you want to talk about that.
No, it's okay. I lost us a Patreon because
Carrie's contributions
I lack
are never
integrity.
ending.
I lack integrity.
Okay, so apparently, Kevin, someone wrote on your video that you need to fix your friends because you're hanging out with the wrong crowd, and you brought this up. You gave light to the troll, okay? And so then the troll.
How do we know it was that troll?
He admitted it in this comment where he bashed Carrie, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that was me who said that because Carrie is a horrible person. He lacks integrity. I recently saw a coin video about him.
That's literally not fair.
The coin video, which Carrie intentionally edited to make himself look bad. Yeah. I was like, that's gonna make you look bad. Do this.
No, I just looked bad. I couldn't really edit around that.
Right. Well, here's the difference.
But he owned it.
Exactly? He acknowledged it, and he didn't see it that way, and then he did see it that way, and he still presented it as the way it was.
Truthfully,
that is integrity.
I agree. I agree. So, anyways, long story short, Carrie was arguing with him and getting upset.
Yeah, it was bothering me. I told.
And so I just perma-banned him from our page. Boom. Problem solved.
Jeez. Yeah, holy moly.
Yeah. Well, he was being pretty aggressively
with dialogue. And,
Carrie was literally crying on the toilet. Yeah, so we had to try to help him out of that.
Look, so like I was, I was taking care of business, but I still was upset, if you know what I mean.
Carrie is a lot of things that maybe aren't desirable, but lacking in integrity is not one of them. Not even close.
True. And speaking of that, our number one fan.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yes, work ethic.
That was almost a compliment. I appreciate
that. It is weird. I have to say, like, and Carrie, I didn't say this to your face except for the thousands of times I've said it. But, like, while he's here, it's weird how he's so okay with doing nothing. Like we'll be unloading.
What do you mean?
We'll be unloading.
Phone, dude.
Well, listen, we'll be unloading the wagons into the van, and like he's just sitting there watching us do it. He's just watching, and like to the point where he even didn't want to load it. He did because he saw me doing it. It's like, oh crap! I guess I should also be unloading the wagon into the van.
Then he did.
But he didn't do. He didn't show initiative in unloading the wagon.
I didn't do it the way that Dave wanted me to.
He just like it's just natural to just say, okay, my wagon's full. I walked back to the car. Let me just immediately start putting stuff in. And I've
lived a Kevin life for so long.
He just assumed someone would do it for him.
This is bull. I can't say I work.
Kevin's a lot more like me than he'd like to admit. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. Kevin does have a lot of people working for him.
Dave is like you, but I have initiative, I guess.
I have initiative, guys. I have 1 million plus followers. None of them matter. I mean, they all matter. I said that wrong, but I mean...
You hear him big-timing his viewers?
What I meant was, it's not like I'm getting rich off of it, is what I meant.
His viewers.
It's not like making me rich or anything.
At least you're calling them viewers and not fans, like you used to call them.
They're
viewers.
Loved that one.
But they're not your viewers. They're just viewers. That's it. They're viewers. They're not yours, because apparently that one viewer is no longer mine either.
No, he still likes you. Friend. He actually likes me too.
You a lot.
He won't now that I perma-banned him, but that's okay. Bye.
I didn't perma-ban. Come on back to Commonwealth Flipper.
Go over to CommonwealthFlipper.com.
Right? Because people are portrayed, people see the Dave that this insanity, this whatnot stuff, this just whatever it is.
Handsome,
but
is the word you're looking for.
Like I said, what do the people around you think of you? I don't know what that says about Carrie with Dawn, but
I don't know.
What
Tina
do
was
the people
around me today
you?
to Hodgepodge Pam? Yeah. She was just nonstop. Yeah, I was like, you don't need to do that. But
I mean, people do see what we allow to be seen. I think Dave's pretty good at showing about as much as you can.
He shows
I'm trying
the
to get more like
that. Purpose. He doesn't show enough of the good stuff. That's in my opinion.
Which is what Back Out Coin Guy did, and look what it did to him.
Yeah,
it leaked through with Callie last night. I could sense that Dave was like, "All right, Callie, just kind of back off the whatnot just a little bit." I saw like 2 or 3 times, but he didn't.
Callie can get to me on the whatnot just because she is a lot like me. She's a lot like me.
But you're always thinking of her, even in doing that, and so you can see it. So even though you can't see it, you can still see it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, I'd hit pause on the camera and the thing, and I'd say, Turner, I really need you to be quiet right now. Get out of here. Go.
Go away, son.
And then I would turn it back on.
Is there a pause button on the whatnot auction?
Yeah, I don't know. I should have invented a pause button on whatnot.
Harry Tornado said, toilet paper has disappeared. You now only have 2 options, saran wrap or 320 grit sandpaper. What do you choose?
I'm just rocking a soggy bottom and not worrying about it.
You got to repeat that. I was thinking in my head, how come you only read Harry Tornado comments and only interview YouTubers and only go on videos with YouTubers?
It's just a really good question.
All right, what's the question?
I think technically he's a house flipper now. He's not really even a reseller.
Toilet paper has disappeared, and you now only have 2 options: Saran wrap or 320 grit sandpaper. Which do you choose?
Your hand. That's what they used to do. Then you wash it.
Why would anyone choose sandpaper?
Yeah, seriously.
I feel like this is too easy, Josh. Shouldn't it be like sandpaper or rusty nails? Like, it's got to be a little harder than that. It's Saran wrap.
I think that's when you learn to poop cleaner. Like, if you got to be able to, like...
When I use
my bidet. Oh, yeah? You didn't say anything about a bidet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that reminded me of another comment on that video that you were in, where you bought the crap, the poop sculpture.
Yeah,
somebody said Dave typically buys poop, and now he actually bought poop. That's what it said. I thought that's a pretty good comment.
Josh rated me, and I gave it away to one of his viewers, right? Remember that? That was fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Fun when you guys were here. We did a fun Whatnot auction last night, though. Have you watched some of it, you said?
I rated you, Dave.
Yeah, you didn't have very many viewers. That was weird. What happened?
It was talking about 75. That was a little bit unimpressive.
Oh my gosh! Well, first of all,
300. Clearly, they're not sticking around for your show because, like, they used to come and then they're like, "This ain't good."
I feel like the Whatnot's like.
I announced on the podcast we were talking about your podcast starting. We were winding it down, and they all went over to your podcast, and I finished up because I sold your Whatnot. I wanted to sell 3 or 4 more things, so we sold them, and then I sent them over to you, and then you spent 20 minutes messing around with your audio and video because you got issues.
That we were trying to big time you a little bit, like, because we're like, okay, we've got over 200 viewers, and we're gonna do nothing and just adjust our camera for 20 minutes and keep all 250 viewers. That was our goal. And we did we did pay them. Move. We did pay every viewer.
Yeah, we did.
For the record,
money is in the mail, folks. In the mail.
I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm going to say it because it didn't sound like you were appreciative that I rated you. So next time I won't. That's perfect. I won't do that for you.
We were appreciative, but we did also drop this thing. We did also drop this thing where we said. Someone rated us with 2 people, and we said that's way more meaningful than Kevin's rating.
Yes, I was there. I heard it.
Kevin, we're just like Kevin. I know I know how big your head gets because of your fame and the fortune that you have. And we're here to keep you in line. We're trying to help you out, man. Keep you real and relatable to the people.
He does.
I keep giving and giving and giving. And what do I get?
Generous lover. We get it.
You get 2 great friends, and you should be thankful for that. And you also get Mike, which we're helping keep him in the picture because he wants out. But we're like, Mike,
I'm always
whatever.
I'm putting Mike in all my videos. You know, he wasn't exactly. He was AM Picker for goodness sake. I mean, he was a nobody.
Breakfast Picker. Those were the days.
Dude, you know, I at my recent video on my Picker channel featured Uncle Steve. Like I was on a FaceTime with him during the video, and you could like see him on it. Uncle Steve.
Oh yeah. Oh, talk about a big
his little
head.
Whatnot in the bottom. Yeah. He's probably calling to talk to you about it.
Sometimes I
he's
think
called
Uncle
like
Steve
5 times in the last 2 days, and I have like
you just been because you don't like him.
You're a little brother that ignores his older brother.
It's his uncle, but it's why it's Uncle Steve.
Yeah,
we're in a chat.
Oh, it's his uncle.
Okay. Yeah,
Brown Boy chat.
So wait, Uncle Steve's your uncle?
It's weird. It's weird that he's named
his brother. Am I an idiot? Am I dumb?
Yeah.
Well, he is a similar age, right? You're both 54, 56?
No, what? No, he's 10 years older than me.
Oh, he's 66. Okay.
Yeah.
No Nose Picker said, ever since y'all called old Beep Beep Cool Kevin, it seems like it boosted his ego and career. Thank you all for blasting him into blank blank stardom. All right.
I don't know who
we're referring to. I don't know what that's about.
What in the world? Why are you reading this stuff? What is wrong
Craig
with
McLaughlin
you,
said, Reseller Fight Club. Who would you least want to face, and who would be the person that you were most confident you could beat?
That reminds me of FlipCon, where they did that draft, and they drafted who they want to defend you, and everybody picked Don.
Yeah.
Yeah, no Don.
Really?
You don't want to mess with Don.
Who would I least want to face? So, well, let's get to the question, Kevin. Who would you least want to fight?
A picker? Who would I least want to fight as a picker?
Yeah, YouTube picker. Who do you want to fight the least?
That's tough. There's Rod, the wrestling guy, but he's a softy at heart.
Yeah, he is. I feel like
I could see he gets that hidden temper that can kind of come out. I'll tell you what. There's a guy a lot of you might not think of, but Leroy, I can see Leroy getting hot. And Mike, Death Battle, in the military.
I would not want to fight Roman. I feel like he'd just pull out ninja stars.
Yeah, he would just put you in a headlock and make you look at like inappropriate IG.
His whole crew would just show up and start beating the crap out of me with flapjacks, you know? Like, they'll take some chairs.
I'll tell you who it is, and you guys aren't thinking of him, but the second I say him, you guys will agree. Sonny. I don't want to fight Sonny.
Sonny's
a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's aggressive.
But, no, Sonny's a sweetheart, but I know I know just like he could use his pinky and just break my neck.
I was on Fremont Street with him. You guys were there. I was like, dude.
He's a protector. That's how Sonny is. So I wouldn't want to mess with Sonny.
That's fair. Who are we most confident we could beat, though? I could beat Kevin, and I'm ready.
Not a chance.
Zero chance. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it because I have no shame. Can I say it? 1 foot flipper. Easy. True.
Kevin, who do you think? Kevin's like, I'm buying a ticket.
Carrie.
I like Paige. I don't want to fight him.
I literally did beat up Carrie today, so I need that one's checked off the list. You'll see that footage at the end. You'll see that footage at the end.
Not Paul, that's for sure. I don't know.
Yeah, Paul's not.
Paul's easily distracted, so
he's like, oh, girl.
That's a woman.
He met a special friend on his trip. I saw that in his video. I don't know if they're but
I don't know who it is.
If you saw his vlog, he met a special friend, and all the comments called her a special friend. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Tina.
Wait a minute, I totally missed this.
Philly Flipper. What? He had a video with his special friend, and he met someone who speaks not English in where did he go? Panama or something? Yeah.
Panama.
So, he's out there just being Paul, doing his
special
thing.
Friend.
It's a special friend. He was riding around in a golf cart with her. They were both in bikinis. I don't understand Paul's bikini.
Yeah, the mankini board.
Well, I think it's like an Eastern European kind of swimsuit. I think that's what it was.
Roman.
Banana hammock.
Hey, but I mean, he's lost a lot of weight, and
he looked good in it. Yeah.
Do you realize a lot of our viewers don't know some of the people we talk about?
That's okay.
And it must. Maybe we should stay.
I feel like we don't think about our viewers enough, and we just kind of talk.
We just
talk.
A lot of people listen in. Yeah, the viewers. Okay. All right, so we can talk eBay a little bit. So
let's talk eBay.
I got an offer on my bear, my big giant polar bear that the lady said I didn't groom properly.
Was the polar bear the one you didn't groom properly?
Yeah. Okay. So I had it listed for $300. She told me to increase the price, so I increased it to $400. I got an offer for $100. So hey, she was wrong. She was wrong. It's been like a month. She was definitely wrong.
She's trying to protect
her
brand. Trying to protect her brand for sure.
And I got a whole entire shelf full of Fenton. Did I tell you that, Kev?
Yes, you told me, and you started selling it off on. How did the Jim Shore do last night? Is Jim Shore doing okay?
Jim Shore did great. It did almost maybe
must
eBay
have been
value.
the
I got about eBay. Yeah, we got about eBay value. I'm so glad that I found those via Dawn. Yeah, we are one. We are one in heart and soul. So any of her finds are therefore my finds, and we did good.
Kevin, I'm looking into your eyes right now. Thank you for the raid.
Thank you for the
appreciate you, and we like you.
And listen, I did.
You're a great
first
guy.
of all,
we're proud of you.
And I know you're addicted to a lot of stuff like Zen and hurting animals, but we still love you.
I was gonna do it on Wednesday. Right? And that's the day my family they don't go anywhere. Right? There's no practices, and I'm like, I think Dave and Carrie are gonna do one. He's down there. I looked it up. It was Tuesday. I moved it. It was a impromptu one, and I moved it, and it was a specialty Disney one. I thought I was doing something nice, but I won't ever do it again.
No, well, so here's the thing, though. Like, anytime you do something nice, there's, like, non-nice things that are happening. Like, for example, you wrecked Rod's show.
Yeah, you did.
You wrecked Rod's show by helping us. Like, I look at, he's got, like, 9 people in there. I'm like, what is Kevin doing to Rod?
Listen, when I went on there, for the record, Rod, when I went on there to go live, I saw he was live, and I'm like, oh, no. I'm like,
what the worst thing, like, so what makes me the worst person in the world? What makes me the worst person in the world is I knew they were both going live, and I told neither because it would benefit me.
Both raids.
Yeah, it would benefit me if I get both raids. I told Carrie, I said, should we tell him? And he's like, nah.
I was probably zoned out, to be honest.
So we're just kind of bad people.
But we still did good. It was a niche down Disney. We did pins and a bunch of Disney items, and Reagan did it with me, and it was good. So I knew it would be smaller because it was impromptu, and it was. But we still had 125 in there at times, and then down to 80 and 70, and I think 70 was the lowest we went. But I don't care. I think if you get 50 people in there, it's a home run. And a lot of times we do have more. What are you texting? And I hear the audio is all screwed up, Dave. I can't take it. Let's stop this. The viewers hear this. Yeah, we're aware. We're very aware. Maybe I can get some. Maybe I can. No. Keep texting. I'll slip some reselling in here. So I'm selling clothes like crazy all of a sudden.
Okay.
All right, let me look.
Is that because the economy is down? Yeah. Let's talk about really serious eBay stuff.
Yeah, guys.
Guys, the economy is down, and when people have less money, they come to eBay to save money on clothing. They're not buying collectibles or Tupperware quite as much. Well, maybe Tupperware.
Put all your money in Xerox stock.
Xerox stock. Individual stocks, low yield mutual funds. Low yield.
Low yield.
The lower the yield, the better.
I'll tell you what.
Buy low, sell
forecast.
high. Sell high, buy high.
Forecast.
Yeah. Can we talk about it for a minute? Do you not really want to talk about it?
I'll talk about it.
What are we talking about?
I don't see the economy as down per se. I see it as mixed. I see like expendable capital is tough to come by. People's debt. All right, I'm not even going to get into it.
Just go. They want to hear it. Why do I need to care? We've got 10,000 people that care. Go on. Go.
Ardent viewers that want to hear what you have to say
about if you want to go look it up. I pay attention to this stuff. If you look at average consumer debt, it is significantly higher than it was 2 years ago. Significantly higher.
Yeah.
Consumer debt, and that makes a big difference. If you don't think it does, then fine. I'll get on it. Let's see. Power hour.
Maybe what we have to agree with you now too for you to put your opinion out there. You don't just said if you don't. You just said if we don't agree, you're going on the power hour. That's what you just said.
They don't even exist anymore. It's the eBay Player podcast or whatever.
The Ready Player One podcast VR.
Let me look at this.
Look, here's the thing that you're not understanding, Kevin. If you want to actually have me talk, because I have 3 degrees, I could talk about this. Okay, expendable capital. Okay, I don't even. People are going to have it, or they're not going to have it, and they're going to use it with the way discretion. Yeah, but let's get away with the notion that any spending is discretionary. Everything is discretionary, as far as I'm concerned. It's all discretionary, and if it was discretionary, then we wouldn't even be spending it.
I had to poop at the Starbucks today.
I think the glass bubble has taken all of the capital out of the reselling market. That's what I think. The glass bubble.
Dude, I've been annoying Dave all day with
I don't
eBay
think it was
selling.
Internal blood. I think
Dave
it was
keeps
like
thinking it's his stuff and it's my stuff.
I don't think it was internal blood.
How are you guys doing it? You guys, Dave, I know you went to bed way later than usual last night. Unless you turned the whatnot off and went to bed, made Tina ship everything today. Which is probably
we
what
all
happened.
shipped everything.
Dude,
I've shipped everything.
I've been
actually
exhausted.
It was kind of impressive. I was impressed when you get 3 good shippers and Carrie working hard. We shipped the whole thing in 45 minutes.
We were going through the labels, and I was like, I shouldn't do that one.
Kevin, because everyone's like, oh, okay, this is just one plush, Carrie. You ship this one.
I got the one plush.
It's like, this one has glass, Carrie. Give me back that. Yeah.
I would be like, guys, I shouldn't do this one. I retired from shipping. I did. I retired. I did shipping for 10 years and only broke 30%, which I think
was like, dude, it was crazy because it was like 120 items. We shipped it all in 40 minutes.
Gosh, that's crazy. Wow,
look at that. Wow. All it took was 4 adults.
Yeah, and I would say like probably Dawn did, let's say 40% of it. I did like 25, Tina 25, and then Carrie 10.
I did 30.
Yeah, no, and that's like real numbers.
That's impressive for Carrie. I'm proud of you.
He did 10. He did good. He did the easy crap that saved us time.
Hey.
Yeah. And he weighed some of our packages
would have been nice
to confirm the weight. So, yeah.
So why wouldn't you, like, so you did it and you, like, gave
podcast members
tags to each people and then they went and packaged those things. See,
exactly.
I think differently. I think, like, assembly line. But the way you do it, I think is the right way to do it.
Worked.
As far as
it worked because then there was no like mix-ups or anything like that. Everyone just owned whatever they were holding.
Yeah, you're like the Edison of this. You're using other people for your gain, and you're kind of evil. We're like Tesla. We're creative. We're at one with power and light and energy, and we're using that so that we could. What happened to Tesla? He ended up dying in an apartment in New York or something. I don't know.
See, Kevin could never do it in 45 minutes because he'd have to storyboard the packing for an hour before it came time to actually pack. He's like, Heather, everyone sit down. This is how we're doing it.
It's either 15 seconds or it's 6.5 hours.
We're going to fly Aussie Flipper in for this because I need some of his viewers, and then we're going to do it.
Yeah, gosh. Trying to get that Aussie community.
How did that work out, by the way? Is your Aussie viewership
Do you have a lot of Aussie viewers now?
I've always had a decent amount, but there's a significant amount.
It's weird, though, because Aussies, the one thing I like about Aussies is they're no nonsense and they can see through BS, and yet they're following you.
Yeah, well, maybe
they're now number 3. They're now number 3 on Facebook for me, and I think they're number 2. No, I think Great Britain is Britain is number 2, and then Aussies are number 3. New Zealand's crept up too, so maybe there's a New Zealand crowd in there for Aussie flipper too.
Estonia's
and
big
for Mel.
Estonia and Latvia.
Yeah, Philippines has dropped a little.
What
bit,
are we
actually.
talking about? I zoned out.
I have
for
no
now
idea.
we're just saying countries.
You know what I think is interesting? I think whenever I watch Cat's show, Nurse Flipper's show, whenever somebody asks a YouTube question, the people who are on the show take like 30 minutes to answer the question. They want to talk about YouTube. That's what YouTube people want to talk about.
Can I tell you some of the greatest supporters of our show?
Yeah. I love them all so deeply, so truly, so madly.
Tier members. Actually, I'm going to have Carrie tell you. Go ahead, Carrie. Tell us about these members.
We got Craig McLaughlin.
He's memorized these.
Yeah, memorized. Biggs Collectibles. Main Man merch on eBay. Somebody's trying to go on the merch market. I'm not sure if I appreciate that, but
he's
welcome. Jake Ryder. He's
Dried flips.
What?
That's how you say it.
Dried flips. CJ Bins finds. CJ Bins finds. Original. The Flipper Skipper and the Captain too. Lady Arborage.
Your Commonwealth married to this one.
Yeah.
So.
No nose picker. Oh, it's nose like they don't know. I thought it was no nose picker.
Now you know.
Oh, okay. Ryan Simporbeal. That's a fancy name.
It is fancy.
Hard Tornado.
Yep.
Superhero Headquarters. We got Vintage Sports Flips.
Yep.
PaulsMerch.com. Whose merch?
Paul's merch.
Paul's merch. Oh, wait a minute. I got to interrupt you for a second. So we're doing the whatnot last night, and Paul's merch comes in and comments. And I said, oh, Paul's merch is here. Or no, Heather said that. And then I said, whose merch? And Heather says, Paul's merch.
It's awesome.
Turner's downstairs.
It's spreading beyond the reseller community.
Wait, Turner's downstairs playing a video game.
Downstairs playing the video game.
And he jingles
when I say whose merch, Paul's merch. I'm like, oh my God.
That's really what we wanted.
High five in the ether.
And Reagan completely, now I'm going to sell him out here right here too. So sorry, Paul. Reagan, when it goes on there, his payment failed. And she just straight up, Paul's merch payment failed. Your payment failed. Like, oh my gosh, dude.
Poor
what are
Paul
you doing? Reagan does not hide it. She's just,
I like that Paul started to own it, though.
Yeah.
He started to own
I love that it's paulsmerch.com, but it's on eBay.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, that goes to his Facebook page.
Oh, it does go to his Facebook page. Redirect.
That goes to his Facebook page, which tells you about his eBay store, but it doesn't link to his eBay store.
None of them are a
.com, you have to type
any of them.
paulsmerch.com eBay store, kind of like Harry Tornado.
I know we screwed up a few months of him paying us in the Patreon, but I think we've made up for it now.
Yeah.
I think if he's not booming right now, there's not much more we can do.
Yeah, we did our best.
I do know a guy. I should interview this guy. I have a guy that has sent me messages for years talking about setting up I don't know if he does Shopify. He does some other website, but he does pipes. Nothing but pipes, and he sells on eBay, but he has his own website too, and he drives traffic to it, and he makes far more money off of his used pipes that he sells on one of these platforms, Shopify or something, than he does on eBay. He's like, you should do this. You've got an audience
Matt,
to do
thank
this.
you. Brian,
Big and
Fun.
We have the New Jersey Picker. Do you know he's from New Jersey, folks?
Logan Murky and Side Hustle Preacher.
Yeah,
okay, continue, Kevin.
Right. Go ahead. We just had to finish what we were doing.
I've never sold on. You guys don't even have websites, but I have a website. I sell merch
BaconDanny.com. BaconDanny.com.
I have
Check it out, guys.
And all the affiliate links are over there, and contacts, and all the different platforms.
Oh, my dad let it die? Dang it. I wonder if we could bring that back.
I have Garbatrage.com, which is just basically feet pics.
What is that thing that lets you view the time machine? Website time machine. I wonder if I could find BaconDanny.com. Actually, the way back, I probably should not look that up. I don't even want to know.
Especially not now.
Bacon Daddy? What's it called?
Yeah, BaconDaddy.com.
That Carrie's pet name.
Not my website.
Yeah, that is my pet name.
No, there's no BaconDanny.com. It was literally just pictures of like bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches in my high school and people eating them. And I created it.
Back in 03?
I don't know, 01,
99? Wow, dude.
99 or something. I had a website like 99.
I remember being kicked out of my computer class in high school.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't type fast enough.
How fast do you type? What's
I was
WPM?
like 30 words a minute, and I missed half of them.
Oh, that's bad. That's not 30 words per minute.
I'm not dexterous. Is that the word?
You're a lefty, I think they call that.
Destratissic.
You know what I don't like? Can I interrupt this nonsense? I don't like the fact that I have to. I don't know. It's all right, I guess. Mercari, do you forget your balance in Mercari, Dave? Do you send it over?
Yeah.
I know. I always forget. And I had a sale on Mercari today, and I can't find it. I don't know what the heck I did. Maybe they.
I just have to remember to check Mercari at all, like once a week, and be like, oh yeah, there's something 5 days late. Oops.
Yeah, something I sold 5 days ago and forgot. Yeah.
I already sold that on eBay. Time to cancel, like Poshmark with my 85% cancel rate.
I went and I spent a lot of time listing this week. That was kind of my biggest priority. I think I listed like every day. Actually, I've listed every day.
Yeah,
since,
and Tuesday. Is it paying off?
Dude, you were getting annoyed with me earlier, Dave, because my eBay's been going off because I planned ahead. Mm-hmm. Me and Don and I did a lot of them. I scheduled listings because it's free now. You could schedule listings on eBay for free, so I just have them dropping when I'm dropping a deuce or whatever I'm doing.
And do you have somebody shipping for you now that you're gone? I think you said you weren't going to do that this time.
I have 10-day handling right now, but if somebody has an issue with it, my stepdaughter will ship this stuff. So we've shipped a couple things. But
just so Dawn gets on there and types them a message. And
she literally does, because she knows I'll forget. So she's been doing it. And everybody's been cool with it. I won't do it aggressively. Yeah.
Carrie found a card shop.
I did. I found a card shop that's amazing out
here. Hey, that was the other thing I was already on tilt about, is I sent you a video message, Carrie. You never responded to it.
Oh, dude, I really didn't see it, dude. I'm being serious.
You were sleeping. I know you didn't. That's my point.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I would always answer you.
All right, so tell me about these right here. This is Skybox.
EXL, that's basketball. That's probably $94.95, right?
$95.96. $95.96.
Okay.
EXL Skybox.
Those are great. So they're not super valuable, but I love them.
Well, but listen, I've only found one pack for sale on eBay, and it's for $40, and then there's one sold for $40, or multiples, because it's probably the same person. Yeah.
I think. Well, he's got the whole market right now. That's overpriced.
How many does he have listed, Kev?
I don't know. I didn't.
What if you buy all of his, list yours at 80?
No, I think you're missing the nuance of the market.
But don't pay him. Don't pay him.
You guys, he's missing the nuance of the market. No, what's in the pack is going to matter.
Yeah, but 95, 96 is not a particularly good year for basketball cards. Kevin Garnett's rookie card's in there, which is good. But that pack should probably be like $8 to $12, would be my guess. So he's probably getting it because there's a few people every now and then. But if you wanted to move them quick, I'd be closer to like 20.
All right,
I'd
undercut them a bit.
Right now. That's what I would
First of all, it says EXL.
I'd open them is what I would do if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, I was going to give them to you, but you didn't respond to the message, so I'm selling them now. EXL. How come on the pack it says E-XL, and then on eBay it says, it does say E-XL. All right.
That was a premium brand back in the day. Those were like $3 or $4 packs back in the day. I couldn't afford them.
See, my store hasn't really.
Why am I upside down?
You are?
I'm in the upside down.
Oh, a factory sealed what? Kev?
I like it.
That factory sealed box of 36 has 71 watchers for $450.
So I might be wrong, dude. Maybe that's rarer than I thought. I don't know. I'm surprised that it's that expensive.
You think it's just because of that one player you met?
Well, it's Kevin Garnett. Here's the thing with sports. If you guys want to know basketball cards, the main year you want to look out for is 96, 97, because that's Kobe Bryant's rookie year.
There's
this is the year before that.
There's a sold one. Buy it now, not best offer, for $449.95.
Wow, I might be wrong. Maybe that was a premium set, but I'm surprised it's going for that much.
Guys, what do you think? Comment down below about this really boring card stuff. Do you agree with Kevin
last
or Carrie?
Time you made fun of Kevin to get out of it.
Carrie is adamant about it not being worth a lot.
I don't feel like it's worth that much, but apparently it's selling, so I could be wrong.
All right, what is worth? Here's your answer right here. This is interesting. All right, and this is actually some good reselling content. It is.
It is
okay, here's what I said. Listen. It says right here E-XL. When you look that up, this person who has it sold for $39.99 has it EX-L, which is different than this. But if somebody puts it in there that way, it's the only thing that shows up, and that's why they're getting sales. So
I'm wondering.
Titles matter.
There is a set that came out the year after called EX2000 in 96, 97, which is confusing.
$40.
And that set is highly desirable, and the packs would be that much. Probably a lot more.
I'm going to put it on there $39.95 a pack and see what happens. I got 30 packs.
Okay.
We'll do good, man.
How much you
or
pay,
you'll
Kev?
sell them.
How much
I take offers.
It was part of a bigger deal, but around $150 for all of them. But I got
Did you do your big buyout?
2 Derek Jeter rookies in there too. No, I didn't. But that's what led me to this. So I didn't do the buyout. We were running out of merchandise. We basically have clothes, and whatnot, and a little bit of eBay. And so I called up somebody and I'm like, hey, you got anything? And they're like, oh, yeah, we do right now. Come and get it. And I'm like, okay. So I went and I just didn't even look at the stuff. They just put it in bins, threw it in the back of my car, said, how much you want? And they said $220. I gave them $220, brought it home, and just dug through it. It's good.
Okay, that's nice. What was your big sale of the week there, Kev? You got one of them?
Sales are consistent, but big sales aren't. So I don't know. I got off of this to look up this thing, so it's going to be a second.
Well, I sold the William Barclay Daily Study Bible Series 18-volume set for $70.
Nice.
Okay.
Something.
I don't have any here. Oh, you know,
I had a $165 sale today.
I saw that. What was that, like an action figure?
It's a Soldier Story U.S. Army 12-inch action figure. It's highly articulated. So you may have heard of like Hot Toys. Have you heard of those before?
Yes, yeah.
They're like the ones that have like, they come with like 8 heads and 16 wrists and arms. You know, just it's really weird. And it was incomplete.
Lots of bracelets.
We bought it at the DI in one of my videos recently. And by we, I mean Dawn. Dawn bought it. Yes. And but she wouldn't have known to buy it without me. That's what I'm going to stick to. But yeah, it sold for $165. Took like 2 months to sell.
Nice. I had a Bonanza sale. There you go.
Oh, you did? Wow.
Yeah, some glasses. So my eBay sales, I had a big one. I think I talked about it a little bit last week, though. I found a box of what I thought was predominantly silver plate with a couple of sterling pieces in it. It turned out to be predominantly sterling with a few silver plates in it. And I took just some cups together and weighed them and sold them as scrap for $330 plus shipping.
Nice.
That was good. That was my biggest one. And I sold, there's not a lot of big stuff, I got to tell you.
Yeah, we can see.
I sold a Florida State polo shirt for $40 plus shipping. And a nutcracker, a fully naked woman nutcracker for $17 plus shipping.
That's inappropriate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll
show you a picture.
I would look at.
Show me a picture. Okay, yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't want to see that being one of your supporters.
We'll finish the show.
I feel like that's not what you're selling on your channel.
Well, it's a hand carved. It's look like an African.
It's hand carved, so it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Nudity's okay if it's out of wood.
Yeah. Who said? Okay.
That came out even weird.
I just sold during this show. I just got a sale I sold. Oh, I got these down at Webster the first time we were there.
Do you remember the guy? Sale.
Yeah, we've gotten 6 sales.
Good gracious.
None of which I'm highly impressed by.
Were you there when I went with?
What did you do with all those like little T-shirt print things?
Yeah, what did you do with those?
Okay,
you spent $1,200 on those.
Yeah, I know.
Spoiler alert.
We're going. Yeah, exactly.
7 months when he puts
what I did. I haven't done anything because I'm just at a loss to figure out how I want to proceed with them. But what I did do is take one of them, Dave. Just took one of them and put it on a whatnot. Okay. I think it went for like $11.
Okay. So if you had 1,000 of them, that would be $11,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's $110,000 if I'm doing them after.
Yeah,
there's over 1,000 for sure. There's no doubt over 1,000. So I don't know, but there's some issues with it. Some of them there's some that are like, this isn't going to sell really good, and there's like 40 of them. So it's like, it's going to be.
You sell them as a lot.
That's the key to eBay. You want to get a lot of stuff that nobody wants, but you want quantity of it. You're like, nobody wants it. Let's get 40 of them.
Yep.
It's a lot of money, but it's going to take a long time. The good part about it is it's this much stuff, right?
Here's the real question, Kevin. We know Scrooge McDuck, Kevin bought that, but would Teacher Kevin have bought that back in the day, 5 years ago?
Here's what I'll say.
I would have bought it, but I'd have bought it for $800.
If you want to be honest,
would have already had everything posted by now, right?
If you want to be honest, the correct way to do this is very easy. Now, and it's different for you than a normal reseller, right? A normal reseller
mostly are selling to your fans.
You should be doing lots of about 20 in whatnot auctions. People would probably be willing to pay $40 to $60 for a lot of 20. They'd get them for $2 to $3 a piece. Probably could list them for 10 to 20 a piece on eBay. They can make like a huge profit. You'll make a huge profit.
But you're forgetting
that a win-win.
You're forgetting Kevin wants all the profit.
Oh, yeah, that is actually literally the problem. Yeah, that's literally the problem. You have nailed it right on the head.
Kevin wants that lime. He wants it fully squeezed. Then he wants to sell it for the full lime price. But it's already been squeezed.
He would just reach out to Mojo and be like, "Give me $2,000."
And I did reach out to Mojo. Yeah, you know what Mojo? What did he say? Mojo he has tons of them left, and he got it at like pennies compared to what I paid.
So he was spoiled, and so he's not willing to pay
he just got a way better deal than what I God. Yeah. And it was tough. I was trying, when you're dealing with relics, you don't want to, you don't want to. But at the same time, I would feel much better about the deal at $800 than I would at $1,200 because of the length it's going to take to get these. I'm going to bundle at some point, but I'm going to pull out all the ones that will sell as singles.
Pull out all the good ones. That's a good idea. Pull out all the good ones and then auction off the garbage. I love it.
No, it's not about the garbage. It's different. You know this. There's a Whatnot audience, right? Okay, so there's some awesome ones that are like Yale. It's got the Yale Bulldog on it, right? You put that on a Whatnot, it ain't going to sell.
Yeah, it's too specific, but somebody's going to want that.
And so that's what's going to take forever. But then there's one that says, what is it? Something about, you got a nice ass is what it says. Okay.
Whoa. Whoa,
something like that. But it's a donkey.
Somebody's hopped up on Zen right now.
It's a donkey on a fence, right? And it's like, okay, that will sell on one. Somebody's I'm ironing that on a
then that's okay then.
Yeah. So Turner wouldn't understand when I say that.
So I don't know.
Turner gets mad when I say that. I'm like, it's not a bad word.
Turner is a boy after my own heart.
My dad used to say I could say, I think Jackass was one of the ones I could say because it was
You're allowed to say that.
It's because he called Carrie that all the time.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about sourcing and stuff. So first of all, I think that the actual garage sale season is right on the precipice, right? By the end of March, early April, most people are going to be out. Maybe northern U.S., you're looking at May.
In the northern part.
Yeah. New Hampshire is probably May.
Maine, Rhode Island.
But so the question is,
here's the question.
Do you think? Well, I like how you're
I know, because you love when I do this. I was doing it just to mess with you. I do these
Whatnot auctions, and he just repeats everything I say, but he says it in a different voice. I'm what is the value of it? But people like it.
They do.
Somehow,
people like it.
Hypes
What
him
can
up.
I say?
He's doing it right now, still. I don't remember what my question was at this point. I've lost it.
Thank goodness.
I've lost it.
Well, let me finish mine.
Yes.
You can go back to the yard sales right around the corner. But I sold these plush. Do you remember you sent me to Webster for the first time, Dave, and you didn't go? I was with Rod and whatever. And a really nice guy, just generous guy, gave me a bunch of plush, and I was like, dude, I don't, it doesn't look good on the video, or whatever. But I was like, gracious, I took it, and some of it was good. I just sold 2 plush from there for $30 plus shipping. Sylvester and Tweety. All right, go ahead.
I didn't.
Yard sale season right around the corner.
I can't remember, but I will say someone did reach out to me. Oh, you know what? I did send out. Well, Carrie helped me. We sent out all the pins for the Patreons at the $25 plus level. Nice. All the pins of the people who gave us addresses in their Patreon. If you haven't given us an address, you need to put the address in Patreon for us to ship your items. So yeah. But I wanted to say, Flip for You, friend of the show, is selling his eBay store. The whole eBay store. He's getting rid of it.
Okay.
I think he's asking $4,000 for it.
Does he have the value of the listed?
He says $38,000 was what was listed on his store, and he wants $4,000 for it. So
what?
Certainly.
What? Whoa! Wait.
Okay.
$38,000 is the listed, and he wants $4,000 for it.
Correct. Yeah. So it's probably a decent deal. I mean, he could list high. I don't know. It could be all overpriced.
I think that's right on the money. I think I've had this offer before, and I was at 15% looking at the items. Yeah. And they didn't do it. They wouldn't do it. And I'm like, dude. So
what? I'm not going to do it. He offered it to me. He's in Middle Tennessee, Spring Hill. I guess Middle Tennessee is where in Tennessee, Spring Hill.
But I mean, are there even any pickers in Tennessee?
There's
Chris retired.
TN Pickers.
Caleb, I love Caleb.
TN Pickers, yeah. So there's a few. There's TN Pickers, and then there's one on the Patreon.
There's Scott.
Anyway,
Trading Post.
My point is, since I didn't want the deal, I told him I'd mention on here. If there's a reseller in Middle Tennessee that's interested in at least checking this out, message Flip for You, FLIP, the number 4 and the letter U. Flip for You on Instagram.
What about what's his eBay store? Is it up on eBay right now? Is stuff selling presently? That's a great question. That's the key, because if you can look at the merch as it's on eBay...
Just send him a message and he can send you pictures and stuff, right?
No, it's not as good. Pictures is not nearly as good as going to eBay and looking at the listings. Because if it's $3,800 and you look at his listings and he's 40% over everything, which is why nothing's selling, then you got an issue, which I'm not saying that's what he's doing. But if you can look at the items and compare a dozen of them...
But Kevin... Couldn't they, if they just messaged him, ask him for a link to his eBay store? Do I really have to find it?
No.
Okay, so let's move on.
Yeah, there's a big difference between, $38,000 in video games and consoles and $38,000 in wrestling figures and enemas, and I mean, there's a difference in sell-through rate.
This happens a lot.
Avon bottles.
This happens a lot. Like, there's a lot of people that I see selling my eBay store. Why does it happen?
Everybody's quitting.
On my Facebook, all the time, locally, like selling my eBay store.
eBay's dead.
Everybody's quitting. How about this? Some people go back. Look, people.
So you have no actual opinion. You just told me to make a video.
People, make a video and discuss it and look at the real numbers. Every question is a content
suggestion for this.
Look at the real numbers. Yeah. So, and I did a video similar to this. Everybody's quitting. There are actually less sellers because you get the criticism all the time. Your channel is what's ruined reselling because everybody's reselling now and you can't sell for anything. And the numbers don't add up for that. They've been true back in the COVID buildup, but sellers are going down.
They're going down,
every year.
Not sales are going down too.
No.
Well, here's the thing. Like, sellers went up during COVID, and they're going to go back down, but the ultimate level that they end up at with people leaving, I think will be higher than what it was before. There's going to be more sellers. And I think there's going to be more and more sellers as years go on. Because less and less people, want to go to college and get 3, fairly useless degrees.
Right.
They might just want to go straight into reselling. It'd be a better use of their time and money, I'd say.
Sadly, I had zoned out because I was looking up data, and I was thinking Kevin was listening to you, but now that I look at my screen, he's gone.
Yeah, Kevin's
not
gone.
He's not even here, so I don't have any clue what you were talking about. I was trying to figure out. I saw something about eBay sales being down year over year, every year for the last couple of years, but he was saying they weren't.
When he starts, I don't like when he starts going all CNBC on us. Like, he starts going into numbers and markets and S&Ps and stuff. I don't like that stuff.
Hi, Kev.
Hey, what's up?
People I don't know how they're getting through here. Death Pile just calling me here. We're trying to get the wrap done, y'all.
Your headphones got messed up. Unplug, replug. Yeah, so basically, Do Not Disturb hasn't been working on my phone either, actually, Kev. Literally, I was doing my Whatnot auction, and people's, Mike was calling, it was showing up. My dad was calling, it was showing up. Do Not Disturb is just broken on iPhones now. I don't know. I don't understand why, but it has. Guys, good news. Anyone who's been tracking I've taken 5 of these now. I had an aggressive migraine earlier on. It's almost gone. So this stuff's working. I'm pretty excited about it. It was getting really, really brutal. I was almost barfing about 20 minutes in.
Oh, dang.
But hey, you know what? We're still here. We've made the show go on.
You get classical migraines, Dave? The kind where your vision goes bad?
Yes, it was bad. It was bad. But I'm feeling a lot better now.
That's awesome.
Hey, hot dog. That's Kevin, good. I thought I read somewhere that eBay's sales numbers have been going down and down and down. The profitability up because of layoffs and stuff, but the actual sales had been going down. Maybe I'm wrong.
Bonanza stealing.
It could be Whatnot or Bonanza stealing.
It's Whatnot, I think.
All right. Well, if you really want to know what I think, or not think, but what I know is eBay sales actually aren't going down. They're growing. If you look, there was a bubble. There was a bubble during COVID, right? So if you can kind of remove that bubble, you can see that the trajectory is
sounds like me in my forecast meetings with my old job.
The problem is
saying a lot of words, but not saying anything.
No, they're
not.
I know exactly
they're not growing at the rate that they used to grow at. They're not meeting the projections. They're losing market share.
About you.
But they are still growing, but with less sellers. And actually, that is a profitable way to do things. Because there's more cost in sellers that don't know what they're doing than there are costs in sellers that know what they're doing.
Yeah, no, that's true. Well, but have you just answered my question of why do so many resellers just quit eBay?
No, it's because their lives change. Their lives, if you marry up, Carrie.
I have this other theory.
I have this other theory.
Is it because so many new sellers are watching kind of bad resellers like Josh or myself or you
or American Arbitrage,
and they're getting bad advice. They're out there buying garbage plush,
Tupperware.
They're buying Tupperware. They're buying but from people who aren't really making their whole living from this, and so therefore they're setting the expectations wrong. They're buying too much garbage, and then they can't sell it. We're literally ruining lives.
But here's the thing, dude.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kev. Please, no, Kevin.
I actually think there's a little bit of truth for a part of the population. There are. I did a VHS video with Rob, right?
Oh, and
they're terrible. This goes.
It was not a good video. One of your worst.
It gets 2,000 views every day.
I said VHS were terrible, not the video.
Oh, no, sorry. Okay, right. That's my point, right? So I did a VHS video with him, and we explicitly said, "Hey, 99 point whatever % of it." We laid the truth out about it. Your Disney stuff is not worth anything. We laid it out, and I've done it multiple times. And since it's reaching a bigger audience, I get the comments all the time. is this worth money? Is this worth it? And they send you, and it's junk. It's absolute junk. I'm like, did you watch the video? So there's a certain amount of people out there who just hear what they want to hear, and that's it. It's like Dave watching a video.
That's me.
He catches,
That's me.
He catches 2% of it, right? Yeah. And so I think that what you just said is true. There's a lot of people who might watch me and see me sell Tupperware and think that Tupperware sells, when in reality, only a few things sell, and only if you're willing to make 10, 12 bucks, for this group of items or lot stuff together, and they don't process that. And so people do end up getting stuff that they see us buy.
But I think you're kind of right, though. Life changing is probably the bigger culprit.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you got to freaking clear out your garage to fit a new car for the new baby on the way. Stuff like that. I think that's
you went back to work. Scenario.
You got a great job, like RVA, whatever his name was.
Yeah,
who just quit everything.
I also
running a GameStop or something.
The largest amount of people who enter into it are people who dabbled in it before and are now retired. That's a huge segment of the people that
because that's like a fun retirement.
It is.
Yeah, it's like Uncle Steve. That's what he's I mean, he's getting closer and closer. He should have quit 2 years ago, but of retiring, he's got enough money. Uncle Steve, if you're listening, just quit your job, dude. But, and he sees that as the income and still a way to work, and he's ramping it up. So I keep getting messages from people.
I feel like I'd want to work after retiring.
Your wife would want you to work.
Yeah, she would.
Guaranteed.
She was crazy. She was telling Carrie and Dawn how I drive her nuts, wanting to like be. I'm super clingy. Like, if you were married to me, Kevin, you'd see. Like, I'm a hugger.
He's just a hugger.
I'm a hugger, Kev. Like, I just want to hold your hand and sit next to you. And
I've never
Tina
seen
is not into
Actually,
that.
I have
Tina's not into that. So I was like, can you go away? Like, go do something. And I'm just like, but I miss you. She's like, I saw you 5 minutes ago, Dave. Literally, this is said in my house like 30 times a day. But whatever. Such is life. So, Kevin, when are you get the penis tattoo finished on your arm?
Yeah,
I'm thinking about another
tattoo. Full
sleeve.
That was not done yet. You said it wasn't done.
I'm thinking of the next one that people can ask me about. Except for this one, I won't divulge it all. It'll be like in Latin or something, so only weirdos can read it, like Carrie.
Can you read Latin?
Good. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Latin, fluent.
I got a video coming out about eBay. Well, I better not. I'm not gonna give it away. Dave will steal it before it comes out.
You got a book?
Dude, I absolutely will. I need a good pitch. Oh, dude, we got to record we're not gonna have time to record a flipper video tomorrow because we're going to a hockey game, and then we're going over to the Webster area to do the flea market. I'm not gonna have a video.
Car. Let's do like just a chat.
Yeah,
I did a video.
Car chat with Dave.
I did a video that I knew would flop, and I did it anyways, and I enjoyed it, and I put it out, and it flopped. So I traded a guitar with Mojo.
I saw that.
I
saw that. I was like, what is this?
And you knew it would flop, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I knew it would flop too. And I'm sitting there talking to my wife. I'm like, this video is going to do terrible. And it's a good video. I'm like,
it's like a Nerd Nation video. Love you, buddy.
Like, I'm putting it out.
I traded up all this stuff for this stuff. But there is an audience for that. I just don't think it's your audience.
I don't think it's
your audience. It's not. But well, the people who watched it loved it. The comments are great. But
I'm sure it's a fine video.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I knew that my video with Carrie in it. Anytime I have Carrie in a video, like on the flipper, it flops. So I just didn't even do a thumbnail. I let YouTube pick the thumbnail. I just wrote, "I'm at the peak of reselling."
Oh well, of course it flopped.
Yeah,
that's terrible. You did a disservice to the American.
Yeah, they don't need like double bad advice on stuff. You know.
Yeah. Gosh, we had to edit out a bunch of that video. Like, there were so many mistakes in my listings and so many canceled orders that I had to literally remove. I don't do this often. I'm like, dude, this is too many. And I think it's partially because Carrie was like attacking me. Yeah. Like, wow, you really are bad at resale. I'm like, man, I gotta just.
I was the voice of the viewer. That's what I felt like. I felt like I was the voice of the viewer in that video.
Yeah. I had one the other day. I did a Dave, and I didn't say it in the video, but I'm thinking this is like a Dave video. I had two mistakes in the same video. One, I could not find the item, which I did find it 2 days later.
After the video was published.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I did a follow-up on it. Yeah. I did it on the follow-up and whatever. But I sold a backgammon cups and dice, which I'm excited about because that's the when in doubt, parted out thing, and it goes for like $12.95 or something. But the dice were sitting in there. There was no cup anywhere. I'm like, what did I do? No cup.
And he remembers now that he had to pee really bad with his like prostate.
No, I do remember what I did. I saw the cup and the dice got separated. The dice were in a baggie inside the cup, and they were kind of stuck in there, But over time in that drawer, they separated.
What were they doing? They were stuck in there. Can you do that hand motion again?
Yeah. Jeez.
Go ahead.
I've done that like 4 times.
A GIF.
I'm very animated.
Save it.
If you haven't figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
It helps with YouTube channels.
So
until
Kevin,
you do the Bob Dole.
Kevin caught on pretty quick. I go out to the shop where my shipping container is with Carrie to show him, my kingdom. My kingdom. You like my kingdom out there?
It was dope. It was honestly cool.
Kingdom. And so I'm like, dude, I have an idea. You should do a don't buy this, but it's in my shipping container.
Yep.
Right? Which was a hilarious idea. And everyone's like, yo, why are you doing this to this guy? This poor hoarder. Are you making fun of Dave? What kind of friend are you? I just love how I always make Carrie look like a bad guy.
He does.
Through Carrie's own hand, though, always.
No, I get it. It was funny.
The video did okay, but I love how Kevin's first comment video is, list the rainbows, Dave. Because I have 7 rainbows.
Seriously.
I like that Dawn commented under that, taste the rainbow.
Yeah,
I had an Electrolux, Dave, and I'm looking at that thing, and it was out there, and I'm like, I'm going to list that stupid thing. And I listed 3 parts to it, and 2 of them sold in a day.
But this, Kevin, this is why I don't buy that stuff anymore, because I won't list it. I will list cards. I will list certain stuff.
I get it, and I don't either. I
know
saw
thyself.
One today. I saw one today. I could have had it for $15, an Electrolux. I can't remember the name of it, but it had the hose and it had the vacuum. I don't know what the heck, the nozzle thing. And I'm like, I know I can sell that for $150 easy in 2 days. And it was $15, and I left it there. And I never would have done that in the past.
Yeah, so Elijah pointed out a lamp that I missed in a video, and he said, Dad, why didn't you buy that? It's super expensive. It was worth a lot of money, but it's this huge lamp. And I was just like, I know I won't ship it. And so I actually said in the video, I love lamp, yes. I said in the video, I said, I pointed at it, I said, that's worth a lot of money, but I'm not buying it because I'll never ship it. I don't want to ship it.
You just wanted to make money off the video and tell people they should buy it and cause them to quit reselling.
Well, I don't know if they'd quit
because
it was a good buy.
Though. There's a lot of people that buy everything that's worth money, and when you do that, you end up, like me, when Dawn met me, I had a 3,000 square foot building. I had 3 storage units. 40 by 10, a 10 by 25.
We've heard this so many times.
I know. I say it a lot, but it's true, and I don't want that anymore.
The really cool thing about my ADHD is I was like,
adapted and changed.
My first time hearing this. That was my first time hearing about storage units. I didn't know you had 3. That's pretty interesting.
You've just been zoned out most of the time. Yeah. I have 3 go-to stories, and that's it.
All right. Well, yeah. So that's cool though, because I finally heard it. I'm excited that I heard it. We should talk more about it later tonight when we're doing the whole hot tub thing.
Oh yeah.
We've been doing this hot tub thing.
We've invented a time machine.
Hot tub time machine. No, I put Carrie in the hot tub. I throw a toaster in it that's plugged in, and
exactly.
I didn't get to go in the hot tub when I was there.
Why not? It's always an opportunity.
There's always something going on.
You were busy going house to house.
Dude, today sucks so bad.
like swinging Santa Claus.
I get the very first sale.
Did you see Brandon out there?
No. There was 3 sales. I went to 2 of them. The very first one I went to, I didn't even know there was one. And I pull off and I get in there and I'm like, okay, sweet. And I go inside and there's this young kid in there who I know goes after decent stuff, but video games. And sure enough, he's right there at the video games. I'm like, dang it. So I go downstairs because there's a downstairs. And the lady's like, oh, there's downstairs. So I go downstairs and I hear him coming down behind me. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go right. He comes down the stairs, goes left, and a whole other pile of DS games. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was like carrying Dave Tilt. I was like, man, I could have done 2 different things and made $150 like that. And I end up walking out of there with a Scrabble game.
Carrie gets tilted way quicker than me and way harder. Well, you agree with that, right?
I don't actually know what you mean by tilted.
So tilted means you miss something and it ruins the next hour.
It's a poker
that happened to me.
He gets way worse tilted.
No, we were at an estate sale yesterday. I talked to you about this, and there were some Remington statues. I know they're valuable. I've seen them many times.
Do you know these, Kev? Remington?
Frederick Remington bronze.
Are they brass or bronze?
Is that like the Western stuff?
The Western stuff.
I have seen those before.
Yeah, there was 3 of them for $100. I would have paid that, no problem. Because one of them alone was 2 or 3 by itself.
I remember a yard sale. I saw one. The guy wanted $150.
For whatever reason, they had the painted horses, which I was more the painted ponies that you ended up getting quite all of them. I was distracted by those, and I didn't look deeply at the rest, and I was really pissed off at myself because the guy got them. I'm like, I should know better. And then I started looking at jewelry. I got pissed and I bought jewelry. I was looking up like vintage jewelry and found some good stuff. It showed me if I applied myself, you know.
Well,
that's one thing I've been getting into. Go ahead. I want to see your painted pony.
He was triggered for like an hour and a half.
I was pissed off, man.
He was like, he turned off mentally for the next hour and a half, like, and missed a bunch of other great stuff. You know, me and Don are trying to help get him back in the game, but like he gets triggered so bad. So this is like a trail of painted ponies.
I mean, they're dope looking. I think these are really cool.
Very nice. You know, they're marked. They're kind of like the lighthouse.
Like not all that kind of stuff is good.
Well, no, they're not all great. But that is another thing I noticed about you, Carrie, that you could work on. Like when you see a high price, you shut off. And where I see a high price, I try to think of how much I can talk them down.
Oh yeah, that's one of my biggest weaknesses is when I see a price and I don't like it. Like the guy today at the swap meet, he had all these cool hats, and Dave was excited to introduce me to him.
Oh my gosh!
And
that went poorly.
Yeah, that went poorly. I picked out a hat. I'm like, I'm going to play the game and see what he says. I said, how much for this hat? And he said, you know hats, because Dave told him about me. How much would you pay? I just walked off. Literally. I put the hat down and I walked off. Because I'm not going to negotiate with myself.
Well, then just ask
but
him.
You should. No. Like, you should.
Like, I should have just said, you did. I should have said, I'm not going to. I should have said that.
I would have said $5.
But I'm too awkward to, like, say that.
That's what I would have said. Why not start there? Because they're this kind of hat, Kev. Corduroy, vintage. Like, you pay $5.
The ones that was the best one. That was better than anything I saw there.
Yeah, but they had these, like, they had the Cincinnati one, stuff like that. Was it Cincinnati?
The Buccaneers one, I think, was bootleg. But that's a whole other thing, yeah.
I don't give the price. There's two ways I give the price. If they absolutely refuse to give me the price, or if I'm going to bundle a price and give it to them, or the other way I'll give them a price is if I absolutely know how much that thing is worth and I know how much I'm willing to pay.
Kev, when they ask you to give them a price, you don't just run away from the
deal.
No,
absolutely.
But here's the thing. There's a lot of nuance to why I do that.
You tell them they have a nice shirt, you pet the dog, and you're like, dude, just name your price. Just say, watch my keyword here, Carrie. I'm trying to help you. You're not going to offend me. Just give me your price.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like I don't like negotiation, and I've actually gotten worse at it over the years, to be honest. And beyond that, here's part of it too.
I was amazed.
I knew the second he said that it's going to be expensive. The hat and the hat.
Told you he was.
I don't really want. Like, that was maybe, in my opinion, a $30, $40 hat. I don't want to pay $15 or $20 for a hat that's going to take me 3 months to maybe sell for a $10 profit. It's not something I'm interested in
Carrie, the key is, this life is not made for those who are cursed with self-awareness. Dave would not care what the guy thought if he said $5. Dave would say $1. He would say
I should do that. I gotta practice it.
I do say it all the time. Like, they'll say, name your price, I'll say $1.
Well, just like,
and it's like a ridiculous offer, but I just say it and I laugh.
Even the back out coin thing that I got all that crap for, I would never have done any of that. I never would have even said, I think what you're doing is bad business, ever, until I met Don. Like, I never stood up for myself on anything.
So basically, you were scared of what Don would say if you were forced to buy that.
It actually happened. Like, I felt it bubble up in me, and I'm like, I gotta do it. I don't want to do it. I gotta do it. I don't want to do it. And I did it. Yeah. So it always, like, I have to, like, have that impetus. Yeah, I know. It worked out perfectly.
That impotence.
Impetus.
He has to have the
impetus. That's, there's a lot of times picking with Dave is just my therapy sessions for what I'm doing wrong.
Dude, honestly, though, he does fine. You're regardless. I just want, because the reason that it's hard for me is because I know if he doesn't find stuff for a little bit, he gets triggered. And it's like dealing with a temperamental toddler, kind of. Like, because you want to keep him happy, because when he's happy, he's really fun. When he's sad, he's not fun. Like, it's like hanging around with little cranky pants there, right? And I want to keep him happy so we can have fun. And so I want him to find stuff. So I'm constantly feeding him items and stuff. I'm like, you got to check this out. Like, dig into this box. And he does, and he finds stuff.
You did that. You did pretty good today. Dave did one today where I was looking at something. I put it down, didn't ask what the price was. You came over there after. You asked the price and then asked me, was that a good price? I said, yeah, I'd buy it at 8. He said, good, you're buying it.
Yeah. Literally, I said, what do you think of this at 10? And he's like, it's a little high. I said, hey, would you take 5 on this? The guy said, I'd take 8. I look at him like, what do you think of 8? You're like, yeah, I'd buy it at 8. I'm like, cool, you are, because I don't want it. And I walked away, and he's like,
turns out it's like $75.
It's worth $75.
There you go. I did that with a T-shirt with Carrie. And I think Carrie was on the verge of doing it by himself there. It was the Mickey Mouse T-shirt.
Paralysis.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Carrie, you have way overpriced on eBay. You have it priced at $100. It's a $50 T-shirt.
Okay. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for one of your fans to buy it.
Yeah. It is new, so I can see getting. Yeah, it was new in the package.
That though. To be fair,
I could see. Well, I mean,
Kevin's video.
I could tell Don.
Is it in Kevin's video? Oh, so
and I used your comp, and I felt bad about it because yours is the only new comp out there, and I'm like, dude, this is.
You should have just put a little blurb. Carrie overpriced it.
Yeah,
just call me out.
Well, actually, haven't put American Arbitrage so people know you have a channel.
Oh
no, it's a cool shirt. You don't find single stitch Mickey shirts in the package.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Very often, but it's still a little overpriced. But whatever, you can sit on it for a while. I was just trying to help you.
He will sit on it. But no,
consignment chats.
I want to talk. Well, I want to talk. Okay, do your thing, and then we'll
do your consignment chat.
Say 10 seconds into this video, and I'm reminded why I usually listen on the podcasts.
Yeah, we went right into poop last podcast. We talked a lot about bowel movements, which I've had a couple really nice
magnesium.
ones here.
I've been sticking it into his food, and it's been going really well for him.
Matt's Profit Pursuits. I just said Profit Pursuits.
Yeah, you did.
Jeez. Matt's Profit Pursuits says, Dave, you should have blurred out Kevin's pajamas. Is it pajamas or pajamas?
Yeah. Pajamas.
Okay. All right, what were you saying?
I had a question. Well, no, I just had a question. Like, so I don't know. I want to know today what your best item you sourced was, because you said you went to a bunch of crappy sales. What was like the best thing? And Carrie, same with you. What was your best item of the day here?
I went to 2 sales, and 3, one by accident, and then I went to the flea market, and I bought nothing at the flea market. I bought my best item, a pair of ski goggles for myself, but I could probably sell for $30, which I probably will, and probably won't keep for myself. That's it.
Is that also your favorite? It's like the same. It's your best and your favorite.
There was none of the above. There was a tins unit that I bought that'll sell for like 40.
Yeah,
that's it.
Don't put those on your privates. It hurts. Carrie, what about you? Best and favorite? This is,
my favorite's the card lot at the end that I bought. I spent like $175 on a card lot with some pins, some like Super Bowl pins. Yeah, I talked him down because I still think I paid a little too much for it. Yeah. But I wanted it. It was going to be mine one way or another. And then I liked the hats I got because I went to that first guy and he wouldn't give me a price on the hats, and that totally I got annoyed.
You could have got a price.
I'm sure. No, but we went back and Dave asked the price, and he said $70, which is like I think $30 more than what it's worth. So I'm really not gonna be able to make any money on that
for a hat.
Yeah, he was asking $70 for it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But at least we knew at that point.
Here's how I know I did good, Kevin. This is how I know I did good. I looked in another row and I found another guy selling hats, and it was a lot of vintage style stuff, like the Mitchell and Ness quality stuff. So it was the old school logos, but cool newer. Stuff, like $15 to $25 hats, and I ended up getting that and like a Muhammad Ali upper deck statue that's worth like $45.
Yeah,
new. Cool. It's probably $25 used, but
I just
for
saw
like $45 or something, and it didn't.
Okay.
But then what happened was, I'm like, that was a good deal. I'm gonna make some money on that. That's the prices I want to pay for hats, $5 or $6 a piece. And then I left, and right after, the guy that was wanting to overcharge for the hats was buying hats and others. Well, I felt
that's an understatement.
Yeah, he was buying stuff from the guy I just bought from him. That's when I knew I was at the right spot. I'm buying from where he's buying from because he's going to go try to flip it for a profit. So.
Yep, there you go. So over the years, Tim, he's a little upset. He says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" He says, "Don't I get any credit for reviving the glass market?"
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Oops, sorry.
On to the next one.
Next.
He gets credit for the great picking he does in bargain boxes for baseball cards.
I was trying to answer my own question. I haven't looked through everything yet to see what my best buy was, but I found something I never found before in the plush world, Kevin, that you probably know of. Wonder Whims.
I got a plush.
Wonder Whims. Have you heard of a Wonder Whim?
Never heard of it.
It's really cool. So
I'm going to look it up.
These are a bolo. Yeah, look up. I might be able to show one. Hold on. I'll show
you. That would be easier.
One. Present, share screen.
Well, let me tell you.
I will say, this is an important one because I think people will find it. If you do see a Build-A-Bear frog that's teal, it's like a $40 to $60.
I have yet to find a Build-A-Bear that is worth. You talk about these, and I'm like, dude, where are these things? I can never find them. That's freaky looking.
It's so disturbing. Yeah, in person, it's worse.
Yeah, it's worse. Ooh. It's more bright pink in person.
It's more. Yeah, it's just like
Wonder Whim. There's the tag on the butt there. Wonder Whims. So $60 plush for that one. Yeah.
Well, I've got a plush for you too. Then, so and this wasn't today, but I did dig it all out of that buy that I made the other day. There was a Garfield plush in there. I'm like, this is cool. I like it. And I'm like, I've never seen this. It's a blue Garfield plush with a pacifier in its mouth. And I clicked a picture of it, and they got like $50, $75. Wow. Like, what in the world? I'm like, I'm glad I clicked that picture. I'd have thrown it in the whatnot pile. I still might, just for fun. I find it fascinating where people, if you pre-list the stuff, as opposed to not pre-listing it, like what you do in your trailer, there are people that'll go on and research every item, and they know what it's worth.
I did the math, and like to do a show in my house, I do like 2 hours of pre-listing, and if I have someone help me, like Mikey, it's like 3 to 4 hours of pre-listing, and then I run the show for 2 hours, so it's 6 hours. And then I was like, but I sell the same amount of items in a 6-hour auction in my container, but I don't pre-list. So I don't know. It's all kind of the same.
Here's what I do.
It's all kind of the same.
Yeah.
Totally, I agree with you. I just don't want to have to think. I don't
even pre-list. I like the surprise.
You like the surprise of not.
Why can't you mix it up?
It's a lot less work.
Why don't you mix it up? Why don't you list some of it and then just have a pile right there on the side? And
with
just
cards, I probably should do that a little more. Some of the higher end stuff, I agree with you.
But it seems like that's a long time for. It doesn't take that long to list. I guess if you're digging.
Well, when Mikey does it, it's 4 hours. When I do it, it's 2 hours. So it's quicker if I do it myself. Yeah, but I was trying to.
Well, Dave has ADHD, so he's being
I'm just
distracted
realizing, Carrie, we totally should have went to that hat guy you were at and offered on all the hats. He would have given us a great deal.
Yeah, on all of them.
That was dumb of us. Like, cause he was saying like $5 to $10. A lot of them I was asking $7. I bet if we had just said how much for all these hats, we probably could have got them for $3 a piece.
Here's the thing, like I got the hats that I wanted, though.
But they were all good hats.
They were all sellable quality. Hats.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those long boxes for? Well, of course you have for comic books.
Yeah,
the long ones, right?
Yeah. Well, someone was selling them for $30 at the flea market last week. Full of graphic novels.
So
and stuff.
I bought.
Rod paid $300 and got over $2,000. Well, this might be a spoiler, but he got a lot of profit. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well,
you don't have to check out his video now, so that's a plus.
So there were maybe a third of them were boarded, bagged and boarded, and then the rest weren't. And I was trying to make a relationship with these folks, and I knew there was enough value. I was going to already make money. And he's like $50 for the box, and there's 300 of them in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sure. I'm like, what the heck? I'll do it. And I haven't even looked at them yet.
How often, Kevin, how often do your buyouts like lead to swinging later? Like you open that relationship by spending money.
Dave sent me a message the other day, and he sent it to the wrong Kevin. And it was like, it was very suspicious. It was about poker and friends and getting closer. It was like, what is this?
This message makes a lot of sense to Carrie, probably.
Yeah.
Go ahead and explain the message.
Yeah, it's a swinging thing.
He does actually know.
No, he does. We're doing poker on Tuesday night with your cousin and her husband.
And what's my cousin's name?
With you too,
dude. We're good.
Dude, I win every single time we play, Kev. So are you good?
Oh yeah, I can play.
I put all my money on black every time, and I win poker every time.
Peaches to beaches,
let's do it.
baby.
Yeah, let's do the peaches to beaches.
Let's do a poker.
I'll bring my
money.
chips. I'll bring my chips.
Money.
Dude,
I'll bring my chips.
I got money burning a hole in my pocket.
I have a poker set that I need to list.
Oh, bring that then.
Bring it.
No, it's worth too much.
Okay, so the final thing, I never finished this thought, and I want to. I was talking about how Carrie gets scared away by the sight of a high price, right? A high price scares him. I think a lot of people will agree down in the comments that high prices scare them away. Well, the 30 people that are still watching at this point in the video. But these trail of painted horses, right? We look them up. Carrie looks them up. I look them up, and it's like, this happens a lot when I'm with Carrie. Like, he'll pass on a deal, and it's because the price is so high.
I would have paid what you ended up paying.
Yeah, see, this is my.
Can I come to his defense? Are you finished, and then I'll come to.
Well, my whole point is because I was willing to negotiate, I got the deal that he totally would have bought. That was my whole point. Like, if you're just willing to be uncomfortable a little and try to get the deal, you might end up getting it. So
I can't imagine not negotiating. Like, it is in my blood to negotiate. I've had to, like, when a deal's too good, where like people get ticked off at me on the videos, I've had to kind of tamp that down. It's like, I want to offer you $3 for this thing that you want $5 for that will sell for $50.
Well, it's like, I knew this Build-A-Bear, the frog today. I was like, I know this is worth $40 to $60, and it's marked at $5. And I said, I should just pay the $5. I said, well, you take $3. Knowing full well that it was worth $50.
Dave, how many things do you sell a year? You got to sell 5,000 at least. More. Maybe. You sold 120 yesterday, right?
Whatnot,
I mean, if you can negotiate stuff down, you're saving yourself big bucks. But let me defend Carrie here, because a lot of times he's on the road.
I'm not really attacking him. I'm just stating
No, I know. But what would go through my mind there wouldn't be the money. It would be, do I really want to deal with all these painted ponies in Florida when I live in Las Vegas? That was
part of it. Yeah, that was part of it. That was just an example. But yeah, that was definitely.
But at the price Dave paid, I would have just put him through Whatnot and shipped him out here. I wouldn't have shipped him home.
I paid like $12 a pony, and like some are worth 40.
And I'll negotiate. 30, like with the cards, I offered 75% of what the guy.
I was shocked, but
I negotiate with cards all the time because I know what I'm doing for the most part.
To be fair, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it took you like 7 minutes to finally ask him to go down.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Like he would not. I was like, Carrie wants to pay less, and he was like, he's stalling because he's nervous.
Still there. I'm surprised Dave was still standing there.
I was in and out. I was back and forth. I was back and forth, right? I walked away. I walked back. I walked away. See, my dad used to compliment me for this. I'm very good at like predicting what people are gonna need, and like I used to go help him in his shop, and I would just always know the tool he'd need next. So like I'm watching Carrie. I'm like, Carrie definitely doesn't have enough cash. He's Carrie. I'm gonna go to Dawn, who is far away, sitting in a bench. I said, I'm gonna go get cash from Dawn and bring it back. And
Dave
I had the
honestly
cash.
Really is good at that.
Yeah, I'm really good at predicting what people want. So I was there and I wasn't there, and when I got back, I assumed that he had talked him down, and he still hadn't. He was still kind of like hemming and hawing, like.
No, I do that a lot. That was part of what like the back out coin video. Part of the problem was like, like just say that you want out, like, but I was looking at the coins because I didn't want to do it.
You didn't want to decline.
I didn't want to like say I had to back out, but I have to back out. You know what I'm saying?
It was not a good deal. After when we had those coins here,
the coins were not a great idea.
Auction. I bought the ones that were in contention. I bought them from Tim in his auction, and we sold them on Whatnot for like $12, $13. Right?
Yeah.
So and you were going to pay $20.
Well, I was going to pay $20 because it had one of those sets, and I know coins. I'm not an idiot. That was not a great lot, but I thought because our auctions do pretty good, and it was something different, I would try it out. But once they took out the thing I really wanted in that bunch, or what I thought was in the lot, it didn't make any sense.
The $12 item was the gold in that $20 buy.
The foreign coins were kind of the...
I have to say, before we end this here, that I loved the fact that you listed the coins and said, you don't have to buy this, you can back out.
I did,
It said, buy, then cancel, please.
Yeah, that was the listing, buy, then cancel. Back out is what I said, and they didn't cancel, so that's...
All right, I have one thing I've tried to say this whole time.
They had integrity. I like that about them.
Sold 22 things, and 8 of them are clothing items this weekend. Clothing is selling. Oh,
you're a shirt bro. You're a t-shirt bro now.
Are they all 15 plus?
Yeah. Wow. All but one. One is a multi-quantity.
Well, do you know Paul'sMerch.com's hospital socks? The reason he still had them is because he had 85 pairs.
How many?
He said they do great for him in the winter. He sells them all the time, I guess. So that makes me feel better that he wasn't like stuck with those hospital socks.
The diabetes
got him, guys.
You two will
He did sell the Burger King hat, which I was proud of.
Dude, listen, I've got Carrie on the one meal a day thing, and he's doing great. Like he's like shocked. He's like, dude, I'm not even that hungry.
That's what's weird every day is I'm not that hungry when we eat the one meal.
Yeah, I think it's
weird. I don't know what's going on.
And he sees the joy of like the one meal. It's so fun.
It actually it does make it more fun. I can do things when I'm around Dave because I know Dave will hold me accountable and everything. The problem is when I'm at home is I'll do one meal, but then I'll do an additional meal later,
and then a third meal after that, and then probably some snacks.
It's the fact that I'm a late person, so it's like I can do good till like 1 or 2 a.m. and then I lose all self-control at that hour. I'm just done. I'm gonna eat whatever's around me indiscriminately.
Can I ask everyone? Let's ask everyone who's watching. Can you please subscribe to this podcast? Tell your friends, and also look out for the Peaches to Beaches. Are we going to do a meetup, Kev? Any final word? Like, where is it going to be parked? Can people come watch us do an auction?
Yeah, follow my Instagram, and we will post it wherever. Mike sent it to me like 4 times, and I just ignore him because that's what I do. So. Once I'm down there, I'll figure out where it is and I'll post it on Instagram.
We'll try to remind him on Thursday when we see him to post it. Yeah,
we'll be there.
Can come see us and hang
out. But check out my Whatnot Thursday, y'all. We're giving away Apple Watch. Apple iWatch. Don't let Carrie and Dave win. Look, it's right here, and I just got to remember to bring it. Maybe I should put it right here.
To enter. Maybe she'll win it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Dawn in. You're not first or last, dude. We're at the flea market, and you should be here. Ow, my knee. Me and Dave just had a runoff, and he pushed me down literally. We'll show that somewhere.
But we're gonna show that in this.
Oh, in this?
Yeah, that's part of Brian's motivation. Oh. All right, so we're at Kevin's literal favorite restaurant. He always tells us that he wants to go here, but we happen to be here near free yard sales, so we decided to stop. I got Don and Carrie with me. And, you know, we got a motivational speech coming for J-Ride Flips, I think.
Yeah.
So we just got to try to make it happen.
Jake, you're the best seller on all of eBay, I promise you.
You got this, Jake.
Hey, Josh, you're one of the best people I know. You can do it.
Hey, Josh, you're here for a reason, and I love you regardless if I don't know you at all.
Biggs Collectibles, you're one of my new favorite people. I just want you to know that. Anything that you put your mind to, and I mean literally anything, is possible, okay? It's totally possible. It's within your realm of possibilities, but just remember this. You can do it, buddy. Super proud of you.
Go big or go home.
Whose merch?
Paul's merch.
Paul'sMerch.com.
I hope that motivated you, man. I'm walking it off. As you can tell, my knee's not fully recovered, but we're going to make it happen, guys.
Yeah. Okay, give her an example.
I'll just say, Jake, what do you want me to say again?
Whatever you want.
Okay,
you do
just
this
say,
every month.
Jake, you're the best. I know you can do it. That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
But is this some
It's
random
about,
person?
it's about,
he's a YouTuber.
He does
too.
eBay, so if you
we
can
all
talk
do
about,
eBay.
yeah, you could just
he
tell him,
sells
like,
on eBay.
you're the
Okay.
best
Yeah.
seller on eBay. That's all you have to say.
Okay.
Yeah, we could even just start it with me, and then it could turn to you.
Go.
And wait, hold on.
That's all right.
Jake Ryder, you're gonna be the. Wait, hold on.
Just say Jake Ryder. You
Can I give a second? I'm gonna class the personality.
Yeah.
You gotta follow.
I'm trying. Why'd you do that? Are you okay? He's alive.
Are you okay? Now you got brown skin.
Look back so they can see your face.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Oh, it's totally worth it.
Okay, now you got brown stains all over your.
Fudge.
A little push.
He's got a bad knee.
I got a bad knee, dude.
Sorry, Carrie.
I'm glad I'm not hurt.
It looked like a soft fall.
For a second there, I thought I was going to get hurt.
It was a pretty soft fall. I saw it.
You got that on video? You owe him.
I hope I got it on. Yeah, if we got it on video, that's all that matters. I'm in it for the vid.
Wait, go back to Carrie, and Carrie is going to motivate Brian.
I have that on mine as
Here,
well.
film him.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You're not perfect.
Go big or go home. Should I have my shirt up like this? Hold on, let's try this one more time. There we go. Go big.